Hello, welcome to Town Like It Is. Nfc West. Sorry, it is my sixth worst division, or third best. Tough choice between this and the AFC North. As we dim music there. Here on Town Like It Is, Dave Scholler, September 5th, ready to go. Football season starts Thursday night, although the real football season starts Sunday, the 11th. But it was tough. But I feel like the badness of the Seahawks make the AFC North a little bit better, even though there's more good teams in the NFC West. That bottom feeding team where I feel like you're going to get 2 free wins versus the Seahawks without Russell Wilson is changes everything. So we're going to talk about that. But very fascinating division because the Rams put all their eggs in that basket. And here's the old question. And people always talk about does it pay off when 2 or 3 years from now you're really bad for 3 or 4 years and fans bitch and complain and don't remember that you got a Super Bowl out of it. And you all claim you want that. They'll be good again this year. And like I said, they've overloaded that roster. Their cap structure is ready to burst. Rosie's in the booth. That's her yawning over there. But the thing is, what happens if it does turn the wrong way? You go crazy and complain. And well, fans always say they won't. They just want a championship. But I've known that to be a lie over the years. And we'll see if the Rams can do it again. Definitely have the opportunities. Niners are going to present a big problem. Cardinals will be a secondary problem. And the Hawks will be at the back of that division. But if we look at the schedule here, intra-conference, they play the NFC South. That's a division that we talked about. I think that's the worst division in football this year. So I think that the Rams and the Bucks are both going to have great records this year, and the Niners will have great records. I think the NFC records on a couple of teams will be very good between the Rams, the Bucks, the Niners, and the Packers, and hopefully my Vikings. I feel like there could be some really good records, but the strength is in the AFC. In my life, I don't think I've ever seen more strength in the AFC. That doesn't mean an NFC team can't win a Super Bowl with injuries and different things like that. I just think overall the strength of the AFC is much, much stronger this year. I feel like it's stronger as I've ever seen. But into air conference, they play the AFC West, which is going to hurt their record a little bit. So that's the best division, I think, in football. It's a little secret revealed for the last division preview. 17th game's an AFC East team, and of course they play the commiserate team in other divisions in the NFC that have the same standing in their own division. So the 4th place team will play the 4th place team, 2nd place will play the 2nd place team. So it's going to be fascinating, but always fun to NFC West has really grown over the years. Done a great job, and now we're back to see what they can do. Let's check out that schedule. First of all, I've seen some different things, and I've seen the Seahawks predicted to win anywhere from 3.5 to 6.5 games. I don't think the Seahawks are going over 6.5. I would definitely take that under if this was a league. I've seen the Rams and the Niners both predicted to be 12-5 or 11-6. I've seen the Cardinals at 10-7. That's going to be interesting. The Cardinals have gotten out of the gate so fast the last couple of years, but Mr. Murray there seems to have always faded. They just signed him with that new big deal. Big changes in San Francisco. They just re-signed Garoppolo, but what do you do with Trey Lance? I feel like this is going to be – I don't feel like that's a healthy thing. I feel like if you're going to give it to Trey Lance and let Jimmy go, I just feel like you're going to have someone looking over your shoulder. Suppose you're down at the half, 14-0 in the first game. Offense isn't doing anything. It just makes for a weird situation on a team. Teams can overcome it, but it's not easy. And of course, the Rams have Matthew Stafford and Aaron Donald, who I think is the best player in football. So they're going to be tough. And, you see all these different predictions out there. I think it's going to be a fun division going forward. So let's check out that schedule there. Or roster changes to some of these ball clubs here. Let's check it out. You look, obviously, the Rams had Bobby Wagner, such an important thing right to their staff. They have Cooper Kupp, obviously. But then the Niners stepped up and screwed up the secondary. Trent Williams, all right, got Javarius Ward. What do you do with Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo? Just talked about that. Hopkins is out for the first 6 games or so for the Cardinals, serving a 6-game suspension. So we'll see how that works. Defense lost Chandler Jones, so we'll see what's going on here. And like I said, Geno Smith being the starter in Seattle can't be it can't be something you're looking forward to. Also, the Rams picked off Allen Robinson also, so this some excellent Ram moves out there, and that's what good GMs do. But if we look at this schedule here, it's going to be rough. There's no doubt about it. It's probably, to me, the conference, one of the tough ones is they have the AFC West. But the Rams, like I said, I've seen them predicted as high as 11.5, 12.5, or 10.5. It varies here. But I would take the Rams as still the better team. Of course, health is everything here. We wipe all slates clean if we're not healthy. Rams have the usual suspects in the division, and then they play the Falcons at home. You got to take care of that. Bills at home on Thursday night. Carolina Panthers, that's a win. Cowboys, Broncos, and Raiders, all tough games. So, but they get 2 definite wins at home there, and you got to take care of that. Plus the Seahawks at home, you're gonna get 3 home wins at least. You figure there, that's easy wins, and the other ones they'll be live because the Rams are not outmatched by much of anybody. Then they play the same suspects away. They're away at the Pack, huge game, away at the Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, and Bucks. Not an easy road game in there, except for Seattle. It's just no wonder how these teams find it so hard to repeat. If you look at that schedule right there, that is just atrocious away schedule. The only thing you have there is the Seattle Seahawks, and that's a division game, so that's always a rival game. Seahawks and the Rams have always played very well over the years against each other. That is, and they play the Saints away. All right, you're going to win that game, but still not easy to play in the Dome in New Orleans. Arizona playing the usual suspects. Kansas City, Chargers at home, Pats at home, Saints at home. Got to get that. Eagles at home, Tampa at home. And again, such a brutal schedule here. Such amazing that the NFC West has to go play AFC West too. Is just rough. And the away schedule for the Cardinals got the Falcons, Panthers, Broncos, Raiders, Vikings. Ooh, just some tough scheduling. Again, extra teams in the playoffs is always helpful, but this is going to be interesting. Probably get 3 playoff teams from this division, although you never know. With that AFC West having them to play, it could just totally crush them. Hopefully for them, in their case, that they're playing the NFC South will be very beneficial, because the NFC South, like I said before, I thought was the weakest division of football. Niners schedule, besides the usual suspects: Chiefs, Chargers, Dolphins, Saints, Bucks, football team. Redskins. They slept, rather. So they play the Redskins at home, and you play the Saints at home. Got to get those games. Got to get that Dolphin game at home, too. If you're the Niners, can't afford to lose these bad games. Away, they have the Carolina Panthers, Bears, Broncos, and Las Vegas Raiders, plus the usual suspects. I mean, you got to get that Bear game, got to get that Panther game. Tough schedule. Seahawks. Here's the problem with the Seahawks. Not really a last place team. Then you lose your best player, and now you're going to go play a tough schedule. This is not going to be easy for them. I mean, usual suspects: Falcons, Carolina Panthers at home. Those are 2 games they could get. Broncos, Raiders, Giants at home, Jets at home. See, Seattle's got to take advantage of those long, trips from the East Coast. Both New York teams going out there. Away, they got the usual suspects, and they got the Lions, the Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, and Bucks. So this Seahawks schedule isn't bad, but just in their own division, I feel like they're going to get creamed. So I feel like in their division, they could definitely take a bagel and go 0-6. There's no doubt about that. So I don't see how the Seahawks get to 6.5, which is the line of some people. I don't see how they get to 7 wins. Pete Carroll is an excellent coach, one of my favorite coaches. I feel like he's very underrated, except for that goal in the Super Bowl. Jeez, I handed off to Marshall on there. I don't know. And how's Russell Wilson not audible and just get out of there? But anyway, we'll talk about that for another day. Handed Tom one of the Super Bowls. So the schedule's live, and I feel like next week, of course, trying to make my knockout pool picks here. It's always exciting making knockout pool picks. The problem is, it's hard to find that first week because you don't know where everybody's health is yet till later in the week, and that's why now with these, sometimes these health of these teams is not really released till late Saturday night. It's quite scary to have to deal with all that. But anyway, so looking forward to the NFC West, and I really feel the AFC West will be the best division. So next week we'll be talking about the AFC North. Well, not next week. Tomorrow we'll be doing the NFC North. See how we move forward with that division. I feel like that's the second best division just because of its depth. I mean, I know the Steelers won't be great and the Browns are missing Deshaun, but I think both teams could also rise up and have a chance to make the playoffs. I think the Browns would if they had a Deshaun the whole year. Steelers will have to see what happens with Pickett. All right, we'll see if they're going to hand him the ball. It sounds like they're gonna, and see how that goes from there. Get the hometown kid from the Pitt Panther kid from there, and give him a chance to play with the Steelers there. It should be fun. It should be an interesting division. I think the Ravens will always be tough as long as Harbaugh's there. And Jackson's an excellent quarterback. And of course, you got the Bengals, who are going to have to fight with the Super Bowl hangover loss, which is always tough. Teams don't usually respond to that too well, except if you're the Buffalo Bills, which obviously did 4 in a row. But again, we're pretty excited here for our football. We got 6 days from today. We really open the season. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, thanks for stopping by. Apple Podcasts. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. It's on iHeartRadio. I want to thank you all for looking out. Let us know. You want to come on? I'd love to have you. Talk football. I'll have a quick little rant. What rant? What kind of rant you want? As we have the Yankee fans here in jump off the building. I love it 1-2 in a row here. Met fans jump off the building too, and they both have great seasons, but the York fans are spoiled. See you next time. Tell them like it is. Good show.